Greetings, YouTubians, and welcome back to Wayne Sharp World, where today we're taking a look at another budget banger coming out of Cjrb. This here is the Cjrb AES. Now, before I go any further into this review, I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. If you like what you see, please do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button, follow along, and I will continue to bring you the content. Now, let's take a look at some overall specs on this very handsome knife right here. We have an overall length coming in at 7.5 inches, a blade length of 3.3 inches, and a blade thickness at 110 thousandths. Blade material on this guy is, you could have probably guessed it, AR RPM 9 steel, which is pretty much the go-to steel that you're going to find on pretty much every budget-based Cjrb knife out there nowadays. We have a very good-looking drop point style blade with a flat grind, a handle length coming in at 4.2 inches, and a handle thickness at 442 thousandths. Handle material on this guy is micarta, and we have a locking mechanism of a liner lock with a user of a left or right hand tip-up carry. A weight coming in at 2.8 ounces, designed by my buddy, my man, Dylan Mallory. And this one here, this is probably, in my opinion, the classiest Dylan Mallory design yet, and I'm just a big fan of this. Price coming in at $54.99, which I have absolutely zero issue with. But I will say right now, if you're going to buy one of these, buy from the link below, or just go to Cjrb. Again, if you buy from my links, I get a cut. I greatly appreciate it. But whatever you do, don't go buy it from Amazon right now, because it's like $66 or it's 60 some dollars on Amazon. I don't know why. But definitely go to the link below to buy it, where you can get it for $54.99. Let's take a look at some size comparisons here and see how it stacks up, because this is just like, this is one of those perfect size EDC knives. Let's stack it up against my design, the Vosteed Thornton, as well as another Cjrb from this year, the Bowie Pyrite. And yeah, pretty good size comparison all around there. Nice similar material choices there. I like that. These two match. We are matching today with, in my opinion, two phenomenal designs. Let's bring a couple more out here. We have the Kaiser Gemini. I am really crushing on this version of the Gemini with those Ultim scales. And here's a little more Ultim for you guys, the Vosteed Raccoon. So there you go. There's your size comparisons. It's a really good size comparison with the Vosteed Raccoon as well. So now let's talk about this. Let's talk about this phenomenal design. And I will say, you guys probably already know this, Dylan Mallory is a buddy of mine, so I like this a little extra. But at the end of the day, I like to support good knives and good people. And Dylan Mallory is about as good of a human being as you can come across. So yes, that does factor into this. I like to support good people, but at the same time, I also like to support quality products, and this is just kind of both of that. It's a great budget knife designed by a great dude, so you can't go wrong here. And for all the good reasons that totally justify it too, not just because Dylan Mallory is a cool dude, but look at this blade. I mean, this is one of the most slender, sleek drop points I've come across in quite a while. Nice, tall, flat grind, pretty slicey edge, behind the edge reading coming in at 19 thousandths. And probably my favorite thing about this knife is one of my most favorite things about my Thornton is the blade to handle ratio is just perfect on this. Such a nice, evenly balanced blade to handle ratio. That means that carries a lot of weight with me. I've said it before, you guys know this. I love a good blade to handle ratio, and this is pretty much 50-50 all day long, and it just looks so damn good. Very complimenting lines too, from the handle, slender and sleek, drop point, slender and sleek, sharp edge. It's got everything you need. It's just a great blade. Again, pretty simple, just a drop point. But I like that grind. I like how the grind stays very high all the way across. You could almost call this a full flat grind. It's just about a full flat grind. You have just a little bit of a flat up here, but all of this down is a very, very nice flat grind. Some really nice cutting geometry, really nice little budget blade in general. You get into the handle, it's a very nice handle, fully contoured. You get a lot of the nicer things with this budget knife, you got a slicey blade, you got a really nice contoured handle. Not all the contoured handles, or not all the handles coming out of, any type of budget manufacturer, whether it be CJRB or Artisan Cutlery or Vosteed. Some of them are just chamfered and they're flat scales. The contouring is really, really appreciated here because you really feel it in hand. You really do. It sits very comfortably in your hand. So no complaints with the ergos. And I like this little thing here. It's just a little inlay. I don't know if I'm assuming it's brass. Whatever it is, it gives it that extra little kind of classic touch, a little bit of an old school touch into it. You guys know all the old school inlays in the slip joints and whatnot. So I like that. It gives it a little touch of class, but it keeps the sass with this awesome design. You got your typical little CJRB clip back here. Nothing special, but nothing bad. Works just great. So no issues there. And just a knife that looks great, awesome in the hand, and the action, no issues. For $54.99, 0 issues. The thumb flick is great. Middle finger flick is on point. Nice, sturdy, solid detent. Very smooth on the close. Yeah, 0 issues with this knife. I mean, I can't think of any issues with it. And it's a little details too, like the liner lock. So you guys still know, I've said it before, I love a good liner lock, still do. I like button locks, like all the new locks, but a liner lock is still very, very much appreciated. And I think still it's becoming more and more underrated, a really good liner lock. Not only is it nice and inset, they did a really good job right up here towards the top of their liner lock of rounding that off up there. As you can see, there's no point, so there's nothing that catches your thumb there. It's very smooth, and that is really nice because there's some $300, $400 knives out there with liner locks or frame locks to where they don't smooth that tip off up there. It's not a make or break deal for me, but it's something I like to call out when I see a little detail like that on a $55 knife. That's really cool, and that's really, really nice to have on something like this. You get a lot of bang for your buck with this knife. It's a nice, clean design, whether it's opened or closed. Phenomenal action, beautiful knife. What's not to love about this? Tell me. I mean, give me a reason not to like this, because there isn't any. I think it's fantastic. I think it's one of the best knives around $50 you can get this year, and I'm going to be carrying it in my pocket a lot. The Cjrb AS, guys, and I think it's the AS. It's spelled capital A-E-S, so I didn't take a whole lot of time to try and figure out how to pronunciate it. I kind of just wung it, so I said AS. Could be A's, could be Oz, I don't know. But we're going to go AS on this channel. If it's wrong, of course, light me up in the comments. Tell me I'm wrong. Good chance I am. But one thing I am not wrong about is that this Cjrb AS is amazing. It's fantastic. I love it. Let me know what you guys think of this. I really hope you enjoyed this review. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And until the next one, I'm out.